What's up? Welcome to Rough Draft Podcast, episode 2. Today we're talking NFL draft. We got Charlie back, me back. We have Aaron with us today. What's up, Aaron?
So,
How you doing? You guys ready to talk some NFL draft?
yes, sir.
Okay. NFL draft coming up on Thursday night at 8 in Cleveland. There are going to be 13 guys in attendance. A couple quarterbacks, a couple receivers, Kyle Pitts, and then a couple defensive guys. So, first things first. Who do you guys let's talk about some of our favorite teams. So obviously I'm wearing the Julio Jones jersey, Falcons fan. What about you guys?
I got my Luke Kuechly jersey on. Kind of looks like shit now, but
I'm wearing my Hornets jersey, but I'm a Browns fan and the Panthers. I respect the Browns, but I also respect the Panthers. I got some kind words for the Panthers this year, but it is what it is.
Before we get into the actual draft stuff, and a couple other NFL stories. Julio Jones talks that he might get traded. What do you guys think?
you want to go first, Charlie?
Yeah, I'll go first. I don't see it happening this season, but I feel like it is going to come sooner or later. It happens. It's gonna happen, but I don't think it. Would it be smart? No, but because you're gonna have the fan base get mad and stuff like that. But that's really I haven't really dug too much down in it, but I mean it could be a good place for Julio to leave Atlanta too, but it just really depends.
Yeah.
I think it's identical to the Wilson trade rumors last year. It's just not going to happen. Don't know why it's even a rumor. It's so unrealistic.
A lot of Falcons fans would be really mad. But the thing is they do need to clear up some salary cap. They have the third lowest remaining cap in the league right now. And they're not in a good place. They have Matt Ryan locked up for another year at least. Julio's on a massive contract. They've got guys on defense that are paid way too much for what they're producing. They're not in a good place right now. All right, so let's look at this. Let's go right into this. There are 5 quarterbacks that are supposed to be in the top 15, top 10. Those quarterbacks, Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, probably going to go 1 and 2 to the Jaguars and Jets. And then after that, there's Mac Jones, Trey Lance, and Justin Fields. A lot of debates on people are thinking the 49ers are going to take a quarterback, and it's looking more and more like Mac Jones. That's who Kyle Shanahan probably wants. But what are you guys' thoughts on all 5 quarterbacks? Who you guys think is the best? Going to be the best in a couple of years?
See, I do not follow Mac Jones' hype. I think he's not going to be – I don't think he's going to be good. Maybe I could see him being okay because, I mean, he did come from Alabama. But I think y'all guys are sleeping on my guy, Justin Fields. I think he is being slept on.
I'm not a Justin Fields believer. I do not think he's going to be very good.
I mean, I don't think he's gonna go. I don't think he's gonna go early, but I mean, I would love to see him. I think he would be a great fit for the 49ers if they do draft him. But I think that I didn't really watch Alabama that much, but I saw some of the draft day, and Bill Belichick was not happy with Mac Jones. So if he ain't happy,
I don't trust white quarterbacks from Alabama.
retweet that statement right there.
I mean,
Do it. I mean, name one that's actually played well
Exactly.
in recent history.
AJ McCarron almost won a playoff game a couple years ago, and they got that. That was
We're
when
seeing that
Vontaze
now,
Burfict
though.
lit up Antonio Brown and got a penalty, gave up a field goal. It was in a stretch where the Bengals went to like 5 straight playoffs and lost in the wild card every year. It was really a couple years. All right, so if you were going to rank these guys 1 through 5, here, I'll start. My number 1 guy in this quarterback class is Trevor Lawrence. I think Trevor Lawrence is by far the best. He's proven to everybody what he can do. I mean, I don't think there's anybody else that you can really put ahead of him. Second, a lot of people put Zach Wilson because he's supposed to be the number 2 pick. A lot of people like him. I don't know. Zach Wilson has played really bad in all his games against good teams. Zach Wilson has never won a game against a top 25 team, thrown 4 interceptions in a game against a top 25 team years back. So my number 2 guy is Trey Lance. I think Trey Lance has the highest potential in the draft. I think Trey Lance could be the best out of anyone in a couple years, but he also could not be very good. From a physical standpoint, he's by far the best in the entire year. Nobody even comes close, but a lot of his stuff is who was he playing against this year? That's where a lot of his problems come into, and his mental aspects. Can he read the field? Can he read defenses? What do you guys think?
So like if we're ranking them, I agree with yours. Trevor Lawrence at number 1. He proven what he can do. Clemson, I think I honestly don't know that much about Zach Wilson, to be honest with you, to make a thing, but I wouldn't have him. I would have him with. I have Mac Jones at best because I just don't think he's gonna be. I think I have him at 5. I'll put Wilson above him. I'll say Fields. I'm gonna go 3, and then only because I just have faith in my boy Fields. Like I feel like I said, he's being slept on. And then 2, I'll go Trey Lance because I just like the man. I don't know that much about Trey Lance to really dig in on him like that. So, but I feel watching him through the highlights I've seen, I feel like he's going to be a good asset to any team that he goes to.
The 0 interceptions in 2019 is what really sold me on him. Like, it doesn't matter what level you're playing at. Doing that is incredibly impressive.
I've seen a lot of comparisons for Trey Lance to Josh Allen, and that would, I mean, he can be Josh Allen. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I actually have Lance at 2 as well.
Who's your third?
Fields is my third. Wilson would be third, but I saw a comparison. I was reading some scouting reports last night, and this guy compared him to Johnny Manziel without the drugs and alcohol. I don't like that comparison.
I don't think Wilson is as talented a runner as Manziel was coming out of college, but yeah, Wilson has a crazy strong arm. He could be really good, but he's also probably going to go to the Jets. And who did the Jets draft?
The Jets.
Yeah. A lot of it comes down to what team you go to and how well you fit in there. I feel like
Wilson will
fit for the Jets.
I think Lance would be great on the 49ers.
Yeah, Lance would be really good for the 49ers system, but I don't think Kyle Shanahan wants to have to develop another guy. A lot of people think that other than Lawrence, Mac Jones is probably the most developed and NFL ready right now, but he's also probably not going to get much better from here on. That's why I have Mac Jones at 3, Zach Wilson at 4, and then I have Justin Fields at 5. He was good at Ohio State, but I don't love Ohio State quarterbacks coming into the NFL, especially in the recent years. Nobody's really, yeah. I mean, when was the last time you heard of J.T. Barrett or Cardell Jones? Dwayne Haskins, I mean, there are some different reasons that he kind of lost, but Ohio State quarterbacks haven't been historically good over the past couple years coming to NFL.
I get that. I do think that Fields is the best Ohio State quarterback that we've seen recently. And I trust Alabama quarterbacks less than I do Ohio State quarterbacks.
That's fair, yeah. Jalen Hurts we'll have to see what he does this season, but he had a good couple games.
I don't trust white Alabama quarterbacks.
Yeah, well, that's another thing, but okay.
I definitely want to add, not to this, but a different thing. I want to talk about J.J. Watt signing to the Cardinals. I want to know what your guys' thoughts on that, and then I'll share mine. So I guess you want to talk about. You want to go first, Aaron?
Sure. I think it was a solid signing. He brings a really good veteran presence and work ethic to a relatively young team. I mean, he's not going to put up like prime numbers. He's been hurt like pretty much every year now, but you could probably count on him for like 7, 9 sacks and just overall being disruptive.
Yeah, JJ Watt isn't the same player he was a couple years ago, but he's a good addition. I think they paid him a lot for as much as he's going to give them right now. But it's only a 2-year deal, or it might be a 1-and-1 deal. I'm not certain. But
I think it's a good pickup for Arizona if he can stay healthy. I do. I mean, I like it. I feel like it's a good scene. I think him and Kyle Murray are going to be great together. Not even. I feel like that's going to be a good, trio because they also have D Hop. So now, do you guys think this makes them somewhat a wild card contender, or do you think they actually clinch a spot in the playoffs?
I think they already were a contender for this year, but I think it definitely adds something to their defensive line that'll help out, especially if they do make the playoffs. Have somebody like that coming off the edge. Yeah, absolutely. I think that division will be really good again next year. Look at the 4 quarterbacks coming in there. They have Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray, Matthew Stafford now, who's criminally underrated, coming from the Lions. The Lions are just an organization. And then, probably Mac Jones. But what do you guys think that the 49ers will be doing with Jimmy G? Seen some rumors that he's going back to New England. What do you guys think?
It depends on what New England does in the draft, to be honest with you, if they draft a QB. But I think they're like, I honestly, if you know me, I'm a big Cam Newton guy. I think they're still going to keep Cam Newton as their starting quarterback for New England, just to have, even though that he was not. I don't even want to speak about his season last year, but I feel like that they're going to be keeping him as their starting quarterback. They draft a QB, they're just going to be going back and forth when Cam's not doing good, throw them in, just like they did with Jalen Hurts with Philadelphia. So I feel like it just depends on what happens with the Patriots, what they do at draft night.
Yeah. I don't think there are many other teams other than the Patriots that would trade for Jimmy G. I don't know anyone that would really want a quarterback like him. He's always hurt and not that good.
Not even that good when he's healthy.
Yeah. All right. So, Charlie, you're a Browns fan. The Browns are picking 26. Ideally, who do you want them to take? What do they need?
Well, they need a lot. It's not really. They're projected to get the defensive tackle out of Alabama, Christian Barmore. I think that's how you say it. After reviewing some of these people, I think that's one of the best choices for us right now. I feel like we do need help on the offensive end, a little bit more, because we're gonna have. We have Baker Mayfield at QB. We have, I think, wide receiver 1 right now. I don't know if Odell is going to be back for the start of the season. Is Jarvis Landry, and then we have the Peoples Jones as our wide receiver 2, and then I feel like we also need a tight end. I don't think we have a good steady tight end.
Njoku's still playing for them, right?
I think so. Yeah.
I disagree. I think the Browns definitely need to go defense. I think they probably need to pick up a safety or a linebacker.
Yeah, I was thinking a linebacker. There's like a Zaven Collins out of Tulsa, that guy from Notre Dame.
Yeah.
I was thinking one of them because I think the Browns have one of the best offenses in the league.
Yeah.
I think they could be the favorite to win the division.
I'd like the Browns to take Trayvon Moehrig. He's a safety out of TCU, and I think they need a safety. I don't love their secondary. And I mean, Denzel Ward is a good young corner, but I think they could improve their secondary. Or yeah, a linebacker would be a good option too.
It honestly depends on what. So if we're talking about the Browns right now, I would also want to bring up a couple points, but like it just honestly, I think a main thing I'm like kind of waiting for is to see what Odell comes back. I know that like I'm sitting here talking about Odell, but like he's kind of like the guy to talk about really, other than for the Browns is one of the main things because like you say he tore I think what his Achilles or ACL, I can't remember which one it was. And I mean, we went to the playoffs without him, but I feel like if he was there, I think we would have a better outcome. I'm not saying we would have made it past the Chiefs, but I feel like if he comes back healthy and maybe a little bit better, then I think we're a threat in our division.
One thing before we move on about the Browns and Odell and Baker and all that, I was listening to Colin Cowherd, who I mean, he's the biggest Baker Mayfield hater there is, but he did make a good point in regards to that. A part of Baker Mayfield with Odell is Baker Mayfield as a young quarterback is so pressured to throw to a young receiver, this young like star receiver like Odell, when especially early on. And once Odell left, Baker actually started playing a lot better because he didn't have that pressure that I need to get it to Odell all the time.
Yeah, and I mean, there's good team chemistry between. I feel like there's good team chemistry between Odell, Landry, and Baker. I mean, yeah, you still have that pressure, but Baker's got to realize that at the end of the day, his job is not to only throw to Odell, And I
But
mean,
I feel like Odell is gonna pitch a fit if he doesn't get enough targets.
exactly that's what I'm saying. But I mean, I understand
And
that.
then there's not really that great of a chemistry there because there's always going to be some tension.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I mean, it honestly just I don't even know. I feel like it just needs to I think Odell needs to work on understanding that he doesn't always have to be the star of the show, even though that's what he basically is.
That's just his personality. I mean, there's no changing that, but yeah.
He just got to be able to be understanding, I guess you could say. But I feel like if he comes back healthy, I feel like the Browns are going to be, I'm not saying Super Bowl contenders, but I think they will be.
I think they got a solid shot at winning their division this year.
Yeah, I don't love the Steelers this year.
Oh, I hate the Steelers this year.
And the Ravens will probably be around the same area. The Browns, I think 12 games could win that division. Browns won 11 last year.
So with staying in that division, going to Pittsburgh, we all know Juju was a free agent. A lot of speculation.
Miracle that they got as much back as they could.
Yeah.
With their cap situation, yeah.
Do you guys think that Juju's time in Pittsburgh is coming to an end?
No, not necessarily. I think in the next year or so, the next offseason is going to be really big for the Steelers to see what they do and how they manage all the guys that are still there. I think that it's pretty close to time for Big Ben to hang it up, and they're going to have to find some replacement quarterback. I don't think that's going to happen. Okay. Aaron, thoughts on Sam Darnold?
I don't hate the trade. I don't hate it.
Yeah.
Really not that bad. I mean, he was on the Jets.
Sam Darnold definitely deserves a second chance, yeah.
And I mean, Carolina has an offensive coordinator in Joe Brady who's probably going to be gone in the next year or two. Be a head coach somewhere.
Yeah, I could see Joe Brady going back and getting a good college job a couple years. Even an NFL job, maybe.
See,
I don't know. There's all this hype around these young, talented offensive coordinators in the NFL, so he's probably going to get a head coaching job.
See, I mean, I don't like Sam Darnold, but I just don't like the Jets. I mean, we didn't give up really anything for Sam Darnold. We gave up draft picks. Luckily, they weren't like important draft picks. I think we gave up like a second and 2/3 or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, I just don't. After they drafted him, their Instagram, they just started riding Sam Darnold like it was their next QB. I do not think he's gonna be Carolina's next QB. I don't think he's gonna be that good.
I don't think they would trade. They're gonna trade for somebody like him and not play him. I mean,
Well,
I
feel
think
like-
he's going to start, honestly.
yeah, he's gonna start over Teddy Bridgewater, but I just don't think he's gonna be that good. But that's just coming from me.
I'm withholding judgment because he played for the Jets, and I don't want to make a judgment
yeah,
on his potential based off of.
I just don't want to think that they're gonna be like he's gonna be the next quarterback even for Carolina. You know what I'm trying to say?
I'm going in neutral, like kind of
a lot of
like-
interesting quarterback decisions to be made in that division with the Falcons, Saints with Drew Brees retiring. Now
Yeah.
Panthers. What are the Panthers going to do? All right. Well, let's talk some Falcons. So Falcons had the 4th pick. They could always trade down. I don't think they're going to anymore. I think they probably would have. There would probably be some more hints by this point if they were going to trade down. I think what they're most likely to do is probably going to be take Kyle Pitts. But if they do plan on trading Julio, then I would like to see them draft a quarterback, hopefully Trey Lance, and try to just start over. Because if you're not going to trade Julio, then you might as well give it one more run. They're a lot better than their record last year. We're in pretty much every game except for a couple. Obviously, the choking in almost every game. A lot of that was Dan Quinn's play calling, because once you got up, they would go like hyper conservative and run the ball first, second down, and Matt Ryan would get sacked on 3rd down for like the last 3 or 4 drives of the game. You guys think on the Falcons?
I agree with you. I don't like saying this as a Panthers fan, but I do think the Falcons are better than 4-12. I think they're a couple key players on defense away from making a run at the division, especially this coming year because it's kind of weak. Breeze is gone. There's still Brady, but at least get a wild card. I think they should draft Parsons.
Yeah, I
If
would
they're gonna
like
try
that
and
pick.
make one more run, Parsons would be great. He's the best defensive player in the draft by far. I think he's going to be an instant game breaker.
Yeah, I like that pick. I think they should go defense. I don't think they will.
Oh no,
But-
they won't. They're going Kyle Pitts.
Yeah. But I would also like to trade if they won't trade down, but I would like to trade down and pick up a corner like J.C. Horn or Patrick Surtain. One of those guys I would really like, but I don't think they do that. I think they're probably going to take Kyle Pitts, which I
don't
fine with
blame them.
yeah.
He's
It's
a great
hard to pass on Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts might be the best all-around player in the draft. I mean, you can argue Trevor Lawrence, but Kyle Pitts might be the best player in the draft. What are your thoughts? Who's the best player in the draft?
Best player in the draft. Ooh,
That's tough.
I
feel like you got to say Lawrence.
Yeah.
I agree with Lawrence.
It's Lawrence or Pitts.
Mhm.
I mean, that's two generational talents.
Yeah.
Or possible.
Kyle Pitts is a guy who, he plays tight end, but there's such a
Receiver.
blurred line between tight end and receiver now in a lot of cases that, Kyle Pitts is basically Julio 2.0. Plays very similar to Julio. Could take his role if they did end up trading him, but obviously he's going to have some time to get to that level. Julio's also been hurt forever, it seems like.
I have a question for you, Gunn. When would you want the Falcons to get rid of Matt Ryan? Do you want them to make one more run or just say screw it and ditch him and start over?
I think you have to give him at least one more year. He's 4 years off of his MVP year now. Yeah, he's kind of regressed, but a lot of Matt Ryan's problems are coming down to he's just holding it too long in the past couple years. He's getting sacked all the time. His offensive line isn't great, but there are a lot of young players on the offensive line that are still developing and getting better. But Matt Ryan he can't win games for you at the end anymore. The Matty Ice nickname is worn off. Doesn't apply anymore. He holds onto the ball too long. But so I'd say give him one more year, but then I think you have to move on next year. There are a couple guys in next year's draft that I think you get. Tyler Shaw, transfer from Oregon to Texas Tech this year, projected to be number 1 pick next year. I don't think they'll have the number 1 overall pick, but a guy like that. Sam Howell out of Carolina, a couple guys. Matt Corral out of Ole Miss, I really, really like next year. I don't know how great he'll be in the NFL, but I do like him coming up in the college football season. What are your thoughts
I
on that?
really like the guy from USC, Keaton Slovis.
Yeah.
I'm big on
Good.
him and Spencer Rattler.
Yeah, Spencer Rattler would be a good guy. The Falcons, in Arthur Smith's system, they're going to need a guy that can kind of roll out, do bootlegs and stuff like that. But Matt Ryan isn't that guy. He's not mobile enough. So they are going to have to switch it up if they want to keep using Arthur Smith's offense. I do think they'll give him one more year, though. But I wouldn't be opposed to taking a quarterback in this draft. I just don't think they will anymore.
Apparently, Kyle Pitts said that he thinks there's going to be 4 quarterbacks taken with the first 4 picks.
He said that?
I saw that somewhere on Instagram.
I mean, it would just to have Kyle Pitts. I don't know where Charlie went. To have Kyle Pitts and not take him just would be upsetting. I mean, I understand that you have to, but it's just you want Kyle Pitts so bad. It's just hard to pass up. Yeah,
I get that.
All
Says
right.
we got like 9 minutes left.
All right, let's get into some of the actual mock draft. So here's my mock top 10. I think the Jaguars are taking Trevor Lawrence number 1. I don't think that's really much of a question. I think that's what they should do. Number 2 to the Jets, I'm predicting Zach Wilson will probably go there. I think that's probably the best option as of right now. I don't think he'll be the second best quarterback in a couple years, but I think you kind of have to take that chance on him. And then number 3, Mac Jones. I think the 49ers love Mac Jones. They're probably going to go. You guys top 3?
Yeah, that's my top 3 too.
Charlie?
I think I agree. Actually, I agree with your guys' top 3 picks. To be honest with you, I think that's how it's going to end up going.
Yeah. I've seen some things today that are saying that the 49ers might be reconsidering, but I'm not sure if I really believe that.
Like I said, it'll be a shocker if it doesn't happen. I mean, not really a big shocker, but I feel like that's how it's going to go. I think it's going to be 3 QBs gone, maybe even possibly 4. But
yeah,
we'll see. Definitely. The Thursday is the draft, right?
Thursday at 8 on ESPN. Yeah.
Are we gonna go live that day for?
I don't know. You guys will see.
Maybe.
We may be going live on the Rough Draft Podcast Instagram account and Rough Draft Podcast G. Look out for that. All right, let's go to 4. 4, I think Kyle Pitts. I think that's what will happen. Obviously, Micah Parsons would be the best pick, but you guys agree?
Yeah.
All right, you guys, who's the 5th pick?
It should be Penei Sewell.
I agree. That's who I think it should be.
But
I
Joe
don't
Burrow
think they will pick him.
Jamar Chase.
Yeah, that's what I have to. I think they will pick Jamar Chase. I don't think they should. I think
it's a terrible move, and Nick Burrow's gonna get hurt again.
Yeah, I agree. Charlie?
That's what I think is going to be Jamar Chase.
Yeah. All right. 6 to the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins should take a receiver. If Chase is available, take Chase. But I think they probably will take Waddle after Chase.
I have them taking Devontae Smith.
I don't know. I mean, That's an option. I don't love Devontae Smith's size, 6 foot, 165 pounds. Not anything special, but I think Devontae Smith will be playing a lot more slot in the NFL than he was in college. He could adjust just because of his speed and athleticism. I think Jalen Waddle is the fastest player in the draft, and I think that Jalen Waddle not playing last year was what gave Devontae Smith the Heisman. I think Jalen Waddle probably would have won the Heisman last year if he had played. Charlie, sixth pick.
I'm gonna go with. I think Devontae Smith will go 6.
7. This is the Lions. So the
I have a
Lions.
trade.
What?
I have a trade. here.
I do too. Who do you have trading up to get that pick?
Patriots.
That's
to
who.
get-
That's who I have trading up to. I have them trading up, and I have them taking Trey Lance.
That's what I have too.
And I think that that's the best option for the Lions is to trade down. I think they could take a receiver. I don't know if they will. If I trade down. All right, the Panthers. Aaron, who do you have the Panthers taking?
Panay Sewell. Offensive line's been terrible since Jordan Gross retired in like 2013. I think it's an opportunity to get a franchise tackle in there.
I agree. I think they'll take Nate Sewell out of Oregon if he's still available. If not, I think they take on Slater, who is out of Northwestern. He didn't play last year. He set out last year. And then I think that they could also take a cornerback, maybe Sertan or JC Horn.
I think
I don't think they will because they traded for AJ Boye. And I think they're satisfied with that, even though they shouldn't be.
God no. I think a trade back with a team like Washington or something that might want to get up there and take a quarterback that might
And
not
they could
fall.
still get a good corner later in the draft.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are a lot of good corners that are available to go in like that 15 to 20 range. So you could always get a corner there. All right, Charlie, Panthers. What are they going to do?
I think they're gonna stick with Panay Sewell.
Yeah. All right. Here's the Broncos. This is where I have Justin Fields going. I have him going to the
Trey Lance
Broncos.
going here.
What do you say?
I got Trey Lance going here.
Yeah. I already had Trey Lance off my board. So, yeah. Charlie, Broncos pick.
Justin Fields.
I don't necessarily think they need a quarterback. I think they could give Drew Lock another year, see what happens, but I do think they're going to take a quarterback, and I think Justin Fields is going to be the pick.
Well, I feel like
I think
if
they just got to take a quarterback and
I think
because Drew Lock's not the answer. They're
Yeah.
just wasting their time.
I think Drew Lock could be good. Maybe the Broncos aren't a fit, but I definitely think that Drew Lock could be a decent starting quarterback somewhere in the NFL.
yeah.
Maybe like a Jimmy G type, just like a serviceable starter.
Yeah. If he has good pieces around him and a good defense, he could definitely take a team to the playoffs. I think they could also take an offensive lineman. I don't think they will. Cowboys. What do you guys think the Cowboys are going to do?
They got Sertain going here.
Or JC Horn, either one of those guys. I think JC Horn is a little bit more of a better tackler / hard hitter. I think Sertain is a better cover guy.
I had J.C. Horn going there.
Yeah, you could honestly just flip a coin. They're both great.
All right, so let's get into. Are there any quarterbacks supposed to be drafted in a later round that you guys are a big fan of? You guys think could have a good career outside of that top 5 quarterbacks? I think
Kellen
Kyle
Mond,
Trask
like,
could be a
3
good
years behind the
quarterback.
vet.
Sorry, what do you say?
Give Kellen Mond like 3 years behind someone.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna
Trask
say.
too, like Trask in like the 3rd round or 4th is a pretty good pick.
I'd like to see the Buccaneers draft Trask and as the heir to Tom Brady in a couple years. But yeah. In mind, I like I don't know. I mean, he played really well at A&M at the end of the year last year, but I don't know how well his he kind of dominated physically over a lot of guys. I don't think he will in the NFL anymore. What thoughts on the wide receiver class? Who do you guys think are the best receivers in the class? You guys think are some later round guys that could have really good careers?
Round guys.
I kind of want to
I
say
am. Okay, he's not really a late round guy, but I'm huge on Rondell Moore out of Purdue.
Yeah.
I think we could see him
Really
be
good.
like a decent kind of guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a smaller guy who's really fast, can change direction. He's do a lot of he would be a great fit for the Cardinals. Don't want take a receiver, but he would be a great fit for some around in the Cardinals organization.
I think I have him
Run through
going
those
to
jet
the.
sweep motions. Sorry, what?
I think I have him going to the Packers.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good pick too. I think the Packers will take Elijah Moore. He's a
we got
really
about 30 minutes, and then it says meeting is going to end.
all right.
So
Well,
I guess. Well, I agree with you what you guys are saying about.
last thing, who are your Super Bowl picks for next year?
Oh
I'm
God.
going with I'm going with the Chiefs.
Honestly, I'm gonna say Chiefs Packers, but also Rams could make it, and so could the Browns.
I have Rams, Chiefs, Rams. All right, Charlie, Super Bowl pick.
I think it's going to be a repeat. Chiefs.
Okay. Charlie's kind of cutting out, but Chiefs and Bucks.
Maybe the Rams could make a push.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's pretty much going to wrap it up. Thank you guys for watching. This will be available on YouTube as well. So if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe and stay tuned for next week's podcast. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Bye.